Hey everybody. This video solves the problem of changing jobs but feeling the exact same way as you did in the prior job. I've talked to hundreds of professionals who've changed jobs, changed organizations, and still feel stuck. Different companies, different organizations, different roles and titles, but the same feeling. This video is going to cover why and what actually works to get yourself out of that feeling. Here's a very common myth that people really feel. The right organization will fix everything. The right supervisor will fix everything. And that's actually false. You believe if you find a different environment, everything will change. Here's the truth. You carry yourself, your thoughts, your biases, your hurt and pain into every single job. And without clarity, you essentially risk making the same mistake over and over and over again. It's like you making the same choices, but in a different package. It's like moving to a new city, but keeping all the same habits. New zip code, same experiences, same you. The city won't fix the fact that you haven't changed. It's like you got a new backdrop, but the same old patterns. I even think about it like as a married man, I remember thinking that the wedding was going to be the thing that made it so that everything else got easier. And I was really focused more on a day, not a lifetime. And so for many of you, you're thinking of the organization as the wedding, when really you need to look at your career, the marriage, and say, what do I need to focus on to make sure that I'm doing the work to make this a satisfying experience for the next 40 to 50 years? Take one of my clients, Brian. Very smart, educated, amazing individual, great leader, was trying to get an opportunity to work in his dream organization for 3 years, nothing. Literally not even an application pool. Was doing everything right on paper, updating his resume, leading his community. But what was really missing was his story. He didn't know how to tell his value to people outside of people who knew him deeply. We need abilities to impress people quickly when we're trying to get a new opportunity. And so he implemented my career clarity framework and was able to get 3 interviews and even turned down an interview with his dream organization. Now working in an almost dream job where he's doing dream work that he believes can last him for the next 30 to 40 years. What we really did was built his interview process around one narrative, logistics, and how his life and his leadership and his military career connected all to logistics planning, logistics coordination, logistics management. When they saw that his life has been a logistics training field, they saw him as the right person. Not just the skills that he had, not just the knowledge, but his life was an indicator of his leadership and impact in logistics. So here's the thing I want you to change your mindset on. Moving from job seeking to job positioning. There is a critical difference. Job seeking is applying to whatever is available to you. Whatever you feel like is something that you can do, you apply to. Job positioning is showing and becoming the right person for the role. And the right person can attract everybody that's looking for those type of people for the role. Job positioning requires a clear message. Career clarity. Job seeking only requires you to use a template resume over and over and over again. So here's 3 questions I want you to ask yourself before you apply for another job. Does this role help me do the thing that I do the best? Does this organization serve the people that I care the most about? And the last thing is, can I be known here for the thing that I want to be known for? Is there a consequence for even wanting to be known for this thing? Is another follow-up question that you can ask yourself. And if your answers are positive, that's a good sign that you should apply for that role. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you're ordering off a menu before you read it, that's job seeking. Whereas when you go into a restaurant and you know exactly what you want to order before you sit down, that's positioning. Both works. One is just hoping that somebody brings you something good. while the other is knowing exactly what you want before you even walk in the door. That's the type of clarity that gets people noticed. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you can't answer any of these questions, it's probably not time for you to apply for a new job. The work that you might need to do right now is get clear on your impact, get clear on your messaging, get clear on the value that you bring, the money that you bring in, the peace of mind that you keep people in, the safety that you keep people in, the stuff that's measurable, the stuff that organizations truly care about. How much money are you saving them because of the work that you do? That's the clarity that you need to go into your next season with. Applying from confusion leads to more confusion. Applying from clarity leads you to the right people and rooms. My mentor once told me, don't run away from something, run towards something. And even if it's a step backwards, it's even pushing you forward. That's a good move to make. And so be thinking about your career in that same way. So before you update your resume, I need you to get super clear. And that's why I created the core message blueprint to help you get clear on exactly what you do to bring value to organizations. It's a 90-minute recorded session with me, not a workbook, where you get to pause and answer the questions. And of course, if you have questions, send them over to me and my team. These are the same 8 questions that I ask every single one of my clients, those who coach with me one-on-one, including Brian. By the end of the video, you're not walking away with a vague idea. You're walking away with an actual message that you can speak on your work within 10 seconds that attracts the right people and makes people lean in and ask, I want to know more about what you do. And it's only $27. That's less than dinner and way less than conferences. That's not going to give you half the clarity and not even a quarter of the time. So the link is in the description. Make sure you check it out. And here's my call to action. In your mind, how many jobs have you either applied for or actually applied for in the last 5 years? Put them in the chat. And then I want you to think about, was it a good fit for you now that you've watched this video? Or were you just running away from your current situation? Tell me below. I'll see you in the next video. Of course, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can catch the next video. I'll see you in the next one.